What's up, guys? Broken Prophet here. And as you can see, doing things a little bit different for this video. I know it's been a long time since my last video. My apologies. As always, stuff happens. But anyway, we're back here. It's been like 16 days, I think, since the last video or something like that. But in those 16 days, I do want to thank Monica for your donation. I really appreciate it. And guys, if I forget you, charge it to the head, not to the heart. Just let me know via text line that, hey, Prophet, I ran that donation and you forgot me. And then I will go ahead and make sure that you get acknowledged the next video that hopefully will be shorter than 16 days away. Guys, this is going to be a really short video because I've got a lot to do today, but I wanted to make a few announcements and then tell you something that I think will help to get your spell work off the ground. First announcement is I've decided to temporarily, and maybe not temporarily, but pause Patreon. It just became too much and it got neglected too much. So, you guys that are on Patreon, you see that you're not being billed. All right. I'm not taking it down completely. I'm just right now, I'm pausing it until I have the time to actually give it the attention that it and you desire. So that's the first announcement. The second announcement is okay, the packages went out. That's why I've been so busy. Probably going to discontinue the Hoodoo kit because it just takes me too long. Guys, everything in those kits are things that I use, I gather, I put together. Some of the things I build, and it takes too long, too much time. I think I found a simpler method to do it, but for right now, I'm taking them down. And for those of you who ordered the last few kits, if you find a bone in there, okay, that was not part of your kit. Let me tell y'all what happened. So I was down on the floor because I climbed down the floor and I'm packaging up stuff, and Hoodoo Dog was chewing on his bone. And so I got them down there. It's long, funny story. So I got everything boxed up, got them mailed. Post office calls me. I have to go back and pick them up because something in there was triggering their little machine or whatever, right? So I had to go down there and get everything squared away. Then when I came back, I noticed, well, where's his bone? Because he chews on this thing all the time, right? Looked around, couldn't find it, and then I'm like, oh man, I wonder because he was chewing on his bone down where I was packaging. I wonder if he dropped it in one of the freaking boxes. So if you find a bone, it is not a part of your kit. And don't worry, I'm not going to charge you extra for it. Just, that's Hoodoo Dog's bone. All right. It's not a hoodoo bone there. And I know I had as you can see, the layout is different. I'm going to start live streaming again. Predominantly to the channel members first, and then we'll try to roll it out just in general. So we'll see how that goes. So let me know how you guys like this setup. I'm actually in my home office. You see my altars back there, and I've got my little thing there where I keep all my roots, herbs, Bible, stuff like that. But anyway, so let me know how you like this little setup here. But what I want to talk to you guys about is this it's a mental mechanism that you've got to overcome, and it's a switch that you got to flip if you are going to actually do magic. And it seems simple, but it's really not. So allow me to, try to break this down for you. And this idea came to me when I was out watering my garden and I found this. You're like, oh, there's a little raggedy cucumber. Right. But this cucumber happened, and it shouldn't have happened. I'll tell you why. I planted a garden down here, and you guys know you've seen it in other videos. I planted a garden, and these cucumbers I planted late. And it came at a time when here in South Georgia, we were not getting the rain that we needed for a lot of home gardens. We're not in a drought state yet, but we're just not getting the rain that we're accustomed to. And when you're on a well, you you kind of are very careful about how you spend your water. And so I wasn't watering the garden and it just died out. And I planted the cucumbers along the fence line because cucumbers grow on a creeping vine. And like a dummy, I planted them like near the field. So what little baby cucumbers there were, the deer were just walking up and eating them. So I'd given up on this thing. I'd given up on it, and I had been fretting over it. I'd been fussing over it. I've been thinking about it too much. Like, oh my God, it's not getting any water. But what if it doesn't get the proper nutrients? I'm like trying to sample the soil. I'm praying over them. I'm putting fertilizer down. And finally, I just said, man, bump it. And when I said bump it, look, I got a cucumber. Sometimes when you guys are doing your spell work, you are just feeding it too much anxiety for it to actually come to fruition. Let me see if I can pull this up right quick. I'm doing this is going to be a one take Drake video, no editing. And I'm going to see if I can pull this up because I saw a comment in the comment section of another video. Um, and this is ironically, this is a comment. Oh, excuse the sniffling from Klachia. Klachia, I saw your comment. And it's about the sweetening jar video that I did. Sweetening jars versus honey jars. Y'all have seen that video. And she said, this works 100%. I did it yesterday and he called me tonight. We had a really messy breakup and was not on speaking terms. I got the jar, used a piece of brown paper bag, wrote his name and intention, and folded 3 times towards and placed it in the jar. Put white sugar, see, not honey, put white sugar until it covered the paper. Then I put 1 stick of cinnamon. I added water. I shook the jar, said the verses, Hosea chapter 6, 61 and 2. Then I lit a small pink candle and placed it on top of the jar. Then today, I took the jar throughout the day. Sorry, y'all. I've got my snakes right here, and one of them is like just going crazy. Anyway, she says, then today I took the jar throughout the day, repeated the Bible verse, and lit a new small pink candle. I had let go of the doubt of it not working, and it worked. The last part is the important part. I had let go of the doubt of it not working. In order for her to let it go, it had to have been there in the first place. And doubt is normal, especially when you're doing something new, and hoodoo is new for a lot of you. But that doubt, it's like you're adding the wrong ingredient. See, hoodoo doesn't just work off the actual roots and herbs, those ingredients, but it's the ingredient of faith and calm and the knowledge of just knowing that it's going to work out. That's the hard part, especially today, because when we go through things, here comes somebody always saying it's gonna be all right, but you both know it. Them saying it and you hearing it. Well, what if it's not all right? That what if is poison to your spell work. That what if is poison to your spell work each and every time. And I tell you guys all the time, the universe, as beautiful as it is, I don't want to say it's dumb, but the universe only thinks in one lane, and the lane is it is going to bring to you what you put the most energy towards. So she said she let go of the doubt. The doubt was there. The doubt was like, what if this doesn't work? What if this doesn't work? What if this doesn't work? And all the universe hears is this doesn't work. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. And so she was getting no results. When she let that go, when she just said bump it, it happened. Just like this cucumber. We know in the real world that saying a watch pot never boils, we know it's not true. If I put a pot of water on some fire, it's going to boil whether I watch it or not. But spiritually, a watched pot will not boil. You got to set it and forget it. You got to let go of that doubt. That's why I tell a lot of people, a lot of clients or whatever, look, live your life. If you do a working to get someone to call you, don't just sit there. A bee flies by, you hear a buzz, you like, was it on vibrate? You gotta busy yourself, find something to do, occupy your time, keep your mind off of what it is that you have worked towards. And if you are focused on that, it needs to be positive. You gotta let go of the doubt. Just say bump it, set it, and forget it. Now, some of y'all are hearing this and you're like, oh man, it's like I know I can feel it coming through. It is registered for a lot of you. You guys are like, Prophet, you're right. Every time I light that candle, I worry. I know it's normal, but just because it's normal does not mean that it serves you. There are a lot of things that are considered normal right now, which are not, and we got to let them go. this doubt and stuff. It's one of those things that is easier said than done, but it's not impossible. In order for magic to manifest things for you, mind, body, and spirit have to be in alignment. And letting go of doubt is one way to get in alignment. All right. All right, guys, that is it. As always, man, I appreciate you guys. Run them donations, Cash App, Venmo, you know, be acknowledged on here. But if you cannot, hey, just you can just say hey. All right. Thank you guys so much. I know I'm forgetting something because and listen, guys, the resolution is going to be better. My main camera needs a cord so that I can connect it to this new software, and we're going to get the live streams up. Channel members, you guys are going to get this video first. Guys, if you want to become a channel member, it's cheaper than Patreon. It was. Then just say hit the join channel and boom, start to become part of the movement. All right, guys, get to working. Trim those wicks on those candles so you don't get all that soot and thinking it means something. Work on letting go of the doubt and the frustration and the impatience because that does not serve you and it definitely does not serve your magic. And shoot, happy hoodooing. Profit out.